Hi and welcome to another Italy Vino, and a wine today that is a bit of a rarity. It's a variety that I haven't heard of until I bought this a day or so ago, saw it on a shelf. Now the initial reaction was looking at the name, which is Lacrima di Morro d'Alba. Oh, a wine from the Alba region of Piedmont up in Italy's northwest. But no, wrong. This comes from nowhere near Piedmont. In fact, it comes from much nearer to where we are here in Abruzzo. It comes from the next region to the north called Marche, and this is a wine from a tiny DOC and centred around a town called Morro d'Alba, which is about 25 kilometres west from the town of Ancona, which is on the coast of Marche, about sort of halfway up the region. Marche is a region renowned for one of Italy's really sort of underrated white wines, Verdicchio, but the reds not so much until, as I say, I came across this one. It's the 2010 vintage. It comes from a winery called Stefano Macinelli, and the Macinelli winery is reckoned to make the best example of this particular wine. Lacrima di Morro d'Alba, to give it its full name, has got nothing to do with other wines called Lacrima, meaning tears. It's a pretty simple explanation, really. Lacrima is the grape variety that this wine is made from. It's a very old heritage Marche variety, grown really nowhere else in all of Italy outside this little town of Morro d'Alba. It's allegedly, I've never seen it for real, allegedly it's called Lacrima because it is shaped like a teardrop. That's one version. The other version is that it's got a very thin skin, which is easily torn, which results in little sort of tears of grape juice coming out of the grapes. I have no idea at all. Neither do I have any real idea, it has to be said, about this particular wine, which gives us a good opportunity both to try it. Incidentally, before we open it, I must just show you one great little piece of marketing on the back. There is the label, okay, on the back, which sort of, as with any bottle of wine, tells you a little bit more about it. But look, this opens up into a little booklet about the wine itself. Now, how cool is that? The marginal downside is that it's written in Italian, but 11 out of 10 to the Macinelli wine for deciding to do this. I have never ever seen that on a bottle, and it's such a great idea, isn't it? You know, everything you could want to know about the area, about the wine, how to serve it, so on and so on. I think that would get my vote for one of the best bits of wine marketing that I've seen this year. And having shown it to you, I'm going to pull it off now, because otherwise it's going to drive me insane flapping about in the breeze. But I think that's really good. Other winemakers do please note. So let's get this bottle open. What can I tell you about it? Well, like I said a moment or so ago, 2010 vintage, 12.5 proof, made 85% minimum from the Lacrima grape, and 15% in the other traditional Marche varieties. So we will ease the cork out, real cork, and we will get our first glimpse. Very light. Okay, so like I say, a light ruby colour. Give it a little swirl around. And what to expect? Quite predominant cherries. I think the roses there maybe as well. Quite nice. Oh, that's That's nice. I tell you what it reminds me a little bit of is Dolcetto, which comes from Piedmont, from around Alba, it's not by association, it really does. Very smooth. The Lacrima grape is supposed to have negligible tannins, which two-edged sword. It's not going to this is not going to sit around on a shelf for too long. Downside, upside is that beautiful smooth wine. Tractor, rural area. Little bit of bite acidity at the finish. Nice. I tell you what, this wine is perfectly fine at room temperature. But I reckon it would be even better drunk just slightly chilled, not ice cold, but maybe given, say, an hour or so in the fridge before you open it. I reckon that would be absolutely top notch, because the fruit is there. It's actually juicy cherry fruit. Some floral notes, roses, violets maybe, being a bit fanciful, I don't know, but yes, it's got a nice bouquet, not an especially long finish. As I said, a bit of cut at the end, which is quite nice. This would be, as I say, chilled, lovely late summer day this. A pretty good lunchtime wine, slightly chilled, with light pasta dish, some nice antipasti, some salami, prosciutto, melon. Pretty good. So, okay. Best, perhaps, drunk young. This will have been crushed, stainless steel vats, bottled nowhere near oak, released quickly, and I would say a shelf life, if you see a bottle, ooh, this is 3 years old. I wouldn't have thought much. This is probably at the sort of upper end of its shelf life, and I guess it's going to hang around pretty much because it's not that well known. I don't know is the honest answer to the question, would you find it in a wine shop near you? It's, like I say, from a tiny area centred around the town of Morro d'Alba in La Marche. Although it's an ancient grape variety, it only got DOC status in 1985, and they don't make much of it. So yes, the occasional crate might go abroad, but in what quantities, I don't know. If you find it, it's really worth a try, because it's something very different, and it's nice to come across a wine, an Italian wine, that you simply haven't heard of before. So, and this great little label on the back. Marks out of 10, I'd give this a 7.75. It's got, let's get this straight, it's got no great pretensions to being anything other than a pretty good everyday drinking wine. But it is not something, by any stretch of the imagination, that you're going to treat with great reverence and keep and save for special occasions. No, bar bottle, take it home, stick it in the fridge, take it out, drink it, enjoy it, and what more really can you expect from a decent bottle of red wine? Here it costs in the €8–9 region. Sadly, as is always the case wherever you happen to be, if you do happen to come across a bottle, it will cost you a bit more. So, a new discovery, and quite a worthwhile one as well. Lacrima di Morro d'Alba from the La Marche region of Italy. I've given it a 7.75, a thoroughly nice, everyday drinking, youngish red wine. Recommend it to you. Thanks as always for dropping by. We'll be back with another Italy Vino before too long. Until then, cheers and bye for now.